Welcome back to another That's NFL Guy video. Today I'm going to be breaking down on a step-by-step tutorial on how to beat the Philadelphia Eagles on this week's podcast. And I'm going to try and come out with a podcast like this every week. Now to start off, what you have to do on offense, you're going to have to take what the defense gives you. You're not going to be able to take these shots downfield in a loaded secondary where you're just not going to be able to make those shots and it's going to get intercepted or incomplete and forcing 3 and outs, giving the Eagles offense a chance to win the football game. Number 2, you got to establish a run game. Look at some of these Commanders games. The reason they stay in it is because of the run game. They stay in it. They never get out of it. And then that also leads to trying to just get the ball out quick. It's kind of like taking what the defense gives you, but Haason Reddick, Jalen Carter, all of those great guys, Fletcher Cox, you're not going to be able to hold on to this ball for more than probably 5 seconds without getting sacked or a pressure which forces an incompletion. Which that's what Philadelphia really strives off of, is making mistakes because of how much pressure they can throw at you and their D-line. And then with one of the best secondaries in football, it's pretty easy to clean up that act, get some interceptions. Number 3, you have to work off play action. If you can establish a running game, they're going to bite for it. You're going to have some wide open 10, 15-yard hits to a tight end off play action. You might be able to get lucky and split some safeties and get like a 30-yard gain off play action if you can really sell it. You're not going to be able to sit all day in the pocket because this Eagles team is a very good team. You got to go for it on 4th down. In my next point, you're not going to be able to. Field goals don't win football games, and field goals especially don't win football games against a team like the Philadelphia Eagles. If you want to go out there and win that game, if it's a 4th and 2 at the 30-yard line, you got to go for it. You got to get that 1st down. You got to put 7 on the board. So if you are out here settling for field goals against an Eagles team, and you aren't being aggressive, you already lost the game. Look what makes the Lions so good. Dan Campbell runs off statistics. He's not stupid with his 4th down calls like Brandon Staley. He knows when to go for it, and he knows when to kick a field goal. Field goals are nice, but they're 4 or less points than a touchdown. You got to have a QB that's ready to go put his body on the line for 1st downs. Because, like I already mentioned with how good this Eagles D-line is, there's going to be pressure in your face. You're going to need to take an open hole. If you see an open hole in your quarterback, you got to hit it and hit it quick and get a 1st down when you can against this amazing Philadelphia defense where you're not going to get too many of those. So make it count when you can and try and get into a rhythm early. You got to be aggressive. You got to be there. If you're on the O line, you got to be fighting every single down. Every single down you got to be going for it. If you're a receiver and you got a one-on-one matchup and you have the ball in your hands, you got to plow through him. You have to show the Eagles who's making the plays around here. Now we got how to beat the Eagles on defense. What you got to do on defense. First of all, you got to double team A.J. Brown. This guy might hit 2,000 yards this year. If you aren't double teaming him, they're going to have easy check downs to him. They're going to have slants, outside post routes to him, and it's going to be easy 1st down after 1st down if you aren't doubling him. Next thing you got to do, you got to spy Jalen Hurts. If you don't have someone on Jalen Hurts, he will tear up your defense. And without him, without a spy on Jalen Hurts, there is no way, looking at how running of a quarterback he is, you have to be able to go there. You have to be able to go take him out of the play and make sure that your defense is accounted for Jalen Hurts. Next up, you got to pressure Jalen Hurts. You have to be aggressive with them. I already said it before. You got to go up there you have to go up there like we seen in the Jets game. You pressure Jalen Hurts, he does not perform as good like any other quarterback in the National Football League. You got to throw pressure in his face. Every quarterback will do worse with pressure. So put pressure in his face. Go through Jordan Mailata. It's hard. It is. But you got to go through there. Von Miller's got to step up or someone like that. You need a guy with experience that can just go through them. They know what they have to take, like Von Miller. Next, you got to stay disciplined. This team is amazing at run-pass options because of the weapons they have in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert, who is hurt at the time of recording this. You got to be able to take them out. You cannot settle for a 10-yard gain on an RPO because that is not going to win you a football game. You got to let them take the ball and let your D-line do the rest. Next, you got to load the box. Go through the right guard. Go through the left guard. Can't go through Jason Kelce or Lane Johnson, but you can try. If they're going to be running this ball up the middle, you have to be ready for DeAndre Swift, who's had a breakout season in Philadelphia behind one of the best offensive lines in football. You got to be ready for that run up the middle. You got to be tough out there. You got to make a nice team tackle, strip the ball, get it out, put it in the offense's hands. You have to watch out for the quarterback draw. We've seen the Eagles do this so many times. They'll put a out wide, no one in the backfield. They'll have everyone spread out, and then they just go up the middle with Kelce pulling. You have to be ready for that. You always have to have a spy on Hurts unless it's a 3rd and 20 and plus, because he can make a play at any time, and they will come out with quarterback spies or quarterbacks draws at any single time in a football game, and they will. You got to be physical out there. You can't be just out there just to be out there. You can't just kind of wait for your team to make a tackle with you. You got to go lay someone out. You got to go set the tone early. Show the Eagles who's bossing things around here. Don't go out there and show them, oh, I'm just going to wait for my team to help me tackle you. No. Go out there and make a tackle, open field tackle by yourself. And that is my step-by-step guide to beat the Eagles. You got to be aggressive, physical, and you got to have short-term memory. If you make a mistake, next play is a next play. I don't care if you just got hurdled. I don't care if you just missed the easiest tackle of your life. I don't care if you throw an interception. The next play is a new play. That old play does not matter. You make a bad handoff, next play, short-term memory. Most of all, you got to get mad to play this football game. You're playing in the National Football League. You have to get mad, and you need to get mad quick. You need to say, I'm better than you, and I'm going to go show you why I'm in the National Football League and why you should not be and why I should be a starter. And that is my guide to how to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. This video was lots of taking looks at the old game, Commanders and Jets game. Where do they struggle? Where do they succeed? Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like and subscribe. And that is how you beat the Philadelphia Eagles, NFL coaches.